Okay, so it looks likely that Lionel Messi is set to leave PSG this summer. Now, when he signed in 2021, he initially obviously signed the 2-year contract with a third year option. Now, neither he nor the club have activated that third year option to extend him for next season. Now, obviously, this week it has transpired he has been suspended by PSG and fined for an unauthorised trip to Saudi Arabia to meet with some of his own personal sponsors, partly the Saudi Arabian Tourism Board, who he has a personal contractual arrangement with on a commercial basis. Now, PSG are under pressure to reduce their spending to be under the new financial fair play rules that will be brought in by UEFA in the next year or so. So they've got to reduce their wage bill and their spending. So where does he go? There's been rumours linking him with a return to Barcelona, but Barcelona have their own financial issues and are also under investigation for bribery. Does he go to the MLS? Strong rumours linking him with Inter Miami and David Beckham and that ownership group. Does he end up in the Premier League? Does he go to Saudi Arabia? He has stated that he wants to compete for another Champions League winners' medal. Now, what is interesting is, yes, Ronaldo's gone to Saudi Arabia to play out the string, the end of his career. But here's the thing. Newcastle United have Saudi money, and they are going to be in the Champions League next season. The issue is, if Newcastle United go out and sign him, he would be available on a free transfer, so they're not breaking the bank in the transfer market. But what wages would he want to command? And would that unsettle a club like Newcastle United, who've had a very good season under Eddie Howe, and are playing rather well at the moment? They're free scoring, they're free flowing. They had a little dip in form around the League Cup final, but for the most part, Newcastle have been a very superb team this year. They've had a very strong first full season under Eddie Howe, and since he was appointed, they've got one of the best records in English football. But the Messi conundrum is very similar to Ronaldo. What club can justify his wages and maintain financial fair play? So it'll be interesting to see where Messi ends up. Obviously, the MLS does have exemptions under their salary cap for a marquee player. Saudi Arabia financial fair play doesn't exist because of Ronaldo. Barcelona and PSG are constrained by their financial off-field issues. So where does he end up? Because clearly the relationship is broken down at PSG, and from word coming out of the Messi campus, he doesn't feel they're going to be able to compete for silverware next season if they are forced to reduce their spending and reduce their wage bill. And again, while Newcastle have got this untapped wealth, basically, from the ownership group, which is predominantly Saudi money, but there are other partial stakeholders in the Newcastle United ownership group. They haven't broken the bank with wages or transfers. They've actually been very financial fair play compliant. But clubs like Chelsea, clubs like Manchester City, Manchester United are throwing money around like it's going out of fashion. Now, we know about Man City and their issues with financial fair play, but he's played well under Guardiola in the past at Barcelona. Maybe they could rekindle that coach-player relationship. So there are a lot of rumours circulating about what's going to happen to Messi in the summer. Will they decide to U-turn and actually come to an agreement for a third year of a contract? Highly unlikely that may be. Can Barcelona, again, much like PSG, get within financial fair play, considering that they've got a stadium rebuild, a corruption investigation, and they're over budget, and they're racked with debt? So there's a lot of what-ifs, but Messi could be a hot property, basically, as a free transfer. He will be unattached if he doesn't sign an extension, which is looking highly unlikely. So possibly a club may try and circumvent legally the financial fair play rules by giving a massive signing bonus and average wages. They could try and get around financial fair play within the rules technically by the massive signing bonus and adjust his wage bill accordingly. And which brings into the question, obviously, the strength of financial fair play yet again. But as I say, the MLS does have exemptions for marquee players under their salary cap system, and Saudi Arabia obviously money is no object. So we shall see, but things have soured at PSG. He's been suspended for 2 weeks. He's going to miss 2 key league games. Yes, they're 5 points clear, but he's not in the team. They're not running away with the French league. They are looking a lot more down to earth. I think this is the point where PSG may no longer dominate French football as they have done since the Qatari takeover. So we may be seeing a shift in the power balance of football a little bit with the new financial fair play rules that UEFA are going to bring in, and the fact that it is now forcing clubs to reduce their transfer bill and their ongoing annual wage bills and reduce their debts on a scaled system. So we actually may see a readjustment of the financial playing field. So your Man Cities and your PSGs, your Barcelonas and Real Madrids basically can't just buy a league for eternity, make leagues more competitive, and control debt and spending in football. We'll have to wait and see how that works out, but on the Messi standpoint, it does pose a conundrum where he ends up. And he has stated he wants to continue to play Champions League football and play for a Champions League contender. So we shall see what happens. But there we go. Messi is set to leave PSG in the summer, and we'll see what happens when he returns to the club after his 2-week internal suspension, and whether he gets game time or whether he is literally on the way out as everyone thinks he is. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.